So, if you have not heard the recent news, there has been some drama that has been coming out of Helldivers 2, which seems to be on the backlash of course, Sony doing what Sony does and being the corporate, just general. There's no good way to put it, but just sort of corporate tyranny that just seemingly comes out of Sony and other game publishers. But just getting into the issue, I'm just going to read it word for word. Due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on the PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. This also allows players that have been banned the right to appeals. As of such, on May the 6th, all new Helldivers on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account, and current players will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have a linked Steam and PlayStation Network account by June the 4th. PlayStation Network accounts are, of course, free and easy to set up using that link. Now, here is the duality of it. It is not that big of an issue, like, in terms of actually doing it. It's not that hard to make an account. There is also a time, obviously, it's not until May 30th is going to be implemented, but from what I've heard, at least this is what has been alleged, is that if you do not link the account, Helldivers will be non-operable. If you literally don't link the account, even if you paid the money to buy Helldivers, you will not be allowed to play because you did not link an account. And when I hear that, I feel like Sony is trying to crash Helldivers. Because I don't know if you have seen the change of opinion, but this is the review graph that has been recent. This is literally yesterday. At its best, it was 46 to 26,000 negative, which I feel like that was the people that just didn't like the game. But aside from that, overwhelmingly positive, 38,000 to 3,900. You get the idea, and it was steadily declining because, of course, less and less people were reviewing it, as less and people were playing it for the first time. But then a just immediate ratio negative inversion after this news. And I feel like just generally that should show that this is not a well-received thing. And I do get why. And there is, of course, the past. A lot of people have made accounts for various games just to be able to play them because right at the start, they had show it. But at the same time, generally there is benefits to linking accounts. Extra, what's the word? Cosmetics, a few currencies, at least something to make it worth linking the account. But Sony has allegedly just said, link it or you can't play the game. Which, it's really a bad move, just because personally, coming off of that last patch that has caused some rifts in the community, of course, I've seen it in my own comments, there are people that are pro-nerf that think that a lot of the nerfs were justified. There's people like myself that thinks they were a little bit overdone in some realms, and there were some people who literally said they were vetoing and striking the game until they stopped making decisions like that. It has been very mixed, to say the least, and then this comes out, and I feel like a lot of people have just said, all right, I am done with Helldivers now, which is a shame because Helldivers is still incredibly fun. I've not been playing much since the patch. I've just had other things going on. I've been making my own videos, but I've still been seeing plenty of people playing it and enjoying the game. So obviously I still feel like it is there, but this is, again, tyrannical in a way. Literally they said, by the 30th and before June 4th, you will need mandatory login requirements linking accounts. And again, I say allegedly. From the sound of it, if you don't do it, you won't be able to play the game. Which we paid the money for it. Clearly, there is no requirement, as we have been running without linking in the last 3 months since this game has been out. But it's just a headache. Like I said, there has no issue, or there should be no issue to linking. It is a short thing, but at the same time, if they revoke our right to play this game just because we didn't link an account, which sure, they could say in fine print it was in the terms and agreements, but who even reads that? And it would be shockingly tyrannical if they said, well, it's our game, we can do what we want, which sounds like what they are doing. But like I said, there is time. There, as of today, there is at least 27 calendar days until it's mandatory to log in, and hopefully the backlash will at least hopefully make Sony at least take their head out of their ass, metaphorically speaking, and, maybe say, hey, This was a mistake, it turns out. We don't need this, or at least if people don't want it, they don't need it. But, you know, the actions are speaking right now, and a lot of people are not liking it. Like I said, there's been people that are swearing off Helldivers, which is truly unfortunate. It is still a great game. It's just really suffering from the usual corporate game publisher issues. With that, my name is TheMadScorpyon. I will hopefully see you in the battlefield for democracy next time.